Hello and welcome to Boring Dad Gaming, where today we're going to be taking a look at a new game on the channel. This is Celestial Return. It's a demo of an upcoming game, which the developers very kindly sent over to me to have a look at. It is, for me, it came across as a little bit of a kind of a mix between something like Citizen Sleeper and Disco Elysium, in that it's kind of... It's a narrative-driven sci-fi noir detective type thing where we have, you know, different personalities in our heads. We roll for checks to pass certain skill events, and yeah, it just seems to have quite an interesting story to tell. I mean, I think the art as well is amazing, so I'm looking forward to playing more. I have played through the demo. It's fairly short, but that was me kind of just rushing through to kind of see what was here. But we'll take a bit of time with it. We'll have a look at the lore, which again is quite intriguing, I think. And also to mention that they're launching a Kickstarter campaign this month, so if you like what you see, I'll be providing a link to that in the description below. Without any further ado, let's dive in to a new journey. So, a little bit of setup here. We are on Earth Planet Zero, a world caught between the realms of sci-fi and supernatural. A world of contrasts, where the daily grind of high-tech life is punctuated by the occasional brush with the bizarre. A technologically advanced civilization, its inhabitants are divided into augmented humans and those who have chosen to remain fully organic. So I think it will explain it, but the demo is actually a segment of the game from further in, but there is going to be a little intro, here we go, from Act 6, the gameplay, but there's going to be a little introduction video just to catch people up. Catch everyone up with what's happened so far.
Enjoying a quiet drink at the Crow Jazz Bar. Officer Reynolds slides over with a case that's too tough for the usual detectives. Reynolds drops a mysterious case on your lap. A string of strange suicides shaking the city's core. With only a cryptic clue in hand, you grab your trusty sidekick, Rose the Oracle, and head into the seedy underbelly of the sewers in search of dark secrets. But just when all hope seems lost, the mysterious visitor swoops in to save the day. Back at your office, the sting of failure lingers until a strange sight catches your attention.
There we go. So that's it for the intro. Whispers in the Dark. So this is episode 6, so it's going to be diving straight into everything, but we do get some little tutorial messages just to sort of introduce us to what's going on. So as I said, this is a sci-fi noir role-playing game where you shape and control a cast of characters as they plot and execute the heist of the millennia. During this demo, you'll be playing as Detective the Tech Thief Howard as he struggles with a dead-end murder investigation. Click to move dialogue forward. Remember, choices will shape the path ahead. Break a leg or two, or as many synthetic ones as you can afford. So here we are, in our office. The wayward detective returns to his office, a pod in shambles, a supposedly temporary permanency. His augmented eyes lock on a white anomaly, an envelope placed discreetly against the blisters of the doorframe. Okay, another tutorial message. In Celestial Return, dialogue options appear or disappear based on how you customize your character as the story progresses. To customize your very own Howard to be your perfect play doll, enter the Mind Nexus, which we'll do now, and use your insight points to unlock and upgrade his personality traits. We've given you 2 completely free, no strings attached insight points to play around. Okay, so we go up here and click on Howard's little thing here. So here we have our Mind Nexus, which is basically our character sheet. So we're at level 1 on everything now. Sort of our perception tree, which is you know, how we see and interpret things. We've got our intelligence, like, I think that's fairly self-explanatory. Foolishness, which is described as irrational and erratic thinking, leading to impulsive and often comedic decisions. And if we could progress down this tree, you can see the other thing unlocks are brain dead and ape. Anger issues. Uncontrolled outbursts of anger and excessive inconsistency, including anger problems affecting the thought process. So we can become a bit of a slayer type there, I think. Or virtue. A character trait that is morally correct and acts with good intentions. Truth seeker, moral perfect. So last time I did these two, I unlocked into sensory sharpness and rational. Maybe this time I might upgrade foolishness. Brain dead. A state in which the thought process stops almost completely and the ability to interact is reduced. Can we undo these if we didn't like them? Oh no, I've done it twice. I've gone straight to ape. I was seeing if I could actually undo that, but I think it might be permanent. Oh well, we're playing as ape apparently. Which wasn't quite what I'd intended, but we'll see how that plays out. There's other stuff here, but we will get introduced to this gradually, so I'm not going to delve into everything right now.
It's a bomb. As soon as we pull the envelope, a string will break, a fuse will ignite, powder will catch fire, and we'll gently go to always sleep.
Just an envelope, no wires or anything sketchy attached. It's likely just a package or some regular mail left for the detective. Our post box is busted, so this was the only solution. A love letter from a secret admirer, or yet another death threat with a horrible stench of, what was it, nether puff? Or another overdue bill. You think we can score some cash for the mission from our friends at the department? Howard scans the area, searching for any sign for whoever put the envelope there. Nothing. Suspiciously nothing. Someone knows where we live. Hand on the gun, flip off the safety. We're just going to pick up the envelope, I think. As you travel through the cosmos, Howard and his team will pick up various items along the way. Okay, and we can see his inventory here, under Check Your Pockets. So we have a newspaper, or Daily Rockers magazine, a snapshot of a bygone era. This issue of the Daily Rockers captures the wild energy of a concert Howard played with his old band. The headlines scream of music and chaos, a reminder of a time when the stage was his battlefield. Howard's memo. That concert was one for the books. If we hadn't brawled with the drummer and split up, maybe I'd still be rocking out instead of chasing down freaks. That's the envelope we just picked up. No name, address, or markings. Its simplicity marks the secrets it may hold inside. Nether cigarettes. Signature smokes of Nethervale. These cigarettes are renowned for their rich flavour and smooth draw. A staple of the local culture, they're as much a part of the city as the fog that blankets its streets. Howard's memo. There's nothing like the burn of a nether. In a world this chaotic, it's my greatest pleasure. A rare moment of calm. That's what the letter smelled like. We also have hell matches. These matches are infamous in Nethervale for their intense, long-lasting flames. Often used by locals who need a reliable light in the city's perpetual gloom, they're as trusted as they are dangerous. Howard's memo. Hell matches light up the dark corners of this city. Sometimes it feels like the only way to see clearly in the chaos. And we've got his case file. This is the thing the officer gave us to look into. Howard's latest assignment, passed down from an old friend, Officer Reynolds. The city is experiencing an alarming spike in what appears to be suicides, but the police department is baffled. Reynolds seeks Howard's expertise to uncover the truth behind these deaths. Howard's memo. Something's off here. Time to dig deeper and find the truth behind these so-called suicides. So he picked up the envelope. Howard's fingers tremble slightly as he reaches for the envelope. He feels a mixture of curiosity and apprehension, the weight of countless past encounters with danger pressing down on him. Envelope. The envelope appears unassuming. It's a surface plain and devoid of any markings. There's no name or address on it. Entering the office, Howard settles into the chair, his anticipation growing. So we get a check here. We can either just open the envelope, or we can inspect it for clues, and we get a easy peasy dice roll. So we're told we only need a 2 to succeed. That's the lowest we can actually roll, so we're going to succeed this regardless. So we click here. This thing spins around. I think they're D6s, I'm not sure. And we rolled a 4, so that's a success. There is a faint fingerprint on the corner of the envelope. The print is slightly greasy, possibly indicating the sender was in a hurry or handling something else. Codex. The storyline of Celestial Return exists in a complex and vast universe that slowly unfolds itself as you progress through the game. The Codex is your go-to source for everything you need to know about the characters, locations, and intriguing events in the lore, or if you need a quick refresher when making critical decisions. After all, knowledge is power, power corrupts, and a vast network of immense corruption is the only thing that keeps systems from collapsing in on themselves. Okay. So this, we can get to the Codex here. And we'll have a quick look at some of the stuff we've encountered already. There is a few pages, but we won't look at everything just yet. So this is us, Detective Howard, a paranormal anomaly detective, intelligent yet grappling with anger issues, sometimes surprisingly foolish, but always ready for adventure. He enjoys smoking Nethervale cigarettes immensely, perhaps even considering it his greatest pleasure. His frequent haunt is the Crow Jazz Bar, though his repeated attempts to charm the bartender have failed. His most trusted friend is a talking rose. We'll get to that later. Abstracts. So this is something that's going to come into the story fairly soon. Abstracts, commonly referred to as abstracts, these paranormal entities blur the lines between reality and imagination, manifesting as concepts or tangible shapes. They infiltrate the lands, cities, and even homes of Planet Zero, instilling fear and chaos among the local population. In response to this unprecedented threat, the world's major powers have united to form the Paranormal Investigation Division, PID, a specialized task force dedicated to investigating and eliminating these abstracts. And here's Oracle Rose, who is a character we've been introduced to. Rose is a living, or rather blooming, paradox, blurring the line between the mystical and the tangible. Her playful demeanor masks a depth of wisdom and foresight that most can only dream of. Physically fragile, she always needs someone to carry her around. Her abilities? Well, she can see the future, but to unleash her prophetic vision, she needs to be soaked in ice water. Despite being a flower, she has a personality that's larger than life. We'll come to this later, because we're going to be visiting that area soon. Carefully, he opens the envelope, revealing a stack of Polaroid photos inside. So we're going to look at all of these. Actually, in the Codex, let's go on to the case files, because this is going to become relevant when we look at these photos. So this is the string of suicides that we're supposedly investigating. These case files were handed to Howard by Officer Reynolds, detailing a series of suspicious deaths in Nethervale. Initially classified as suicides, Reynolds suspects there is more to these cases. The files include comprehensive reports on the deaths of 3 individuals, Logan Grimm, Zephyr Mirkwood, and Fabius Aconite. Each case presents troubling similarities, raising significant concerns about potential paranormal influences. That one doesn't come up. We can look at it later, maybe towards the end. So let's work through these. Look at the photo with the wedding scene. It's a Polaroid from the wedding of Mr. Fabius Aconite and his wife, Lillian Aconite. The couple stands side by side against a backdrop of blooming flowers and flowing fabric, holding hands, a symbol of unity and affection. Here we go. Oh no, that's not our foolishness. Your insights flicker like moments of clarity in a complex world, each one nudging you towards deeper understanding. Can you grasp what they're trying to tell you? Insights echo. Focus on the details. Okay, easy peasy roll. So again, minimum we can roll will be a success. Got a 3 that time, but it's enough. Perception. At first glance, it seems like a typical wedding celebration. However, a subtle unease begins to creep in. A closer look at Lillian's expression reveals something unsettling beneath her facade. Rather than the expected happiness, her expression carries a hint of fear, evident in the tension around her eyes and the restrained nature of her smile. Let's examine the cafe snapshot. This Polaroid shows Zephyr at a cafe, enjoying her drink with friends. They are laughing, caught in a moment of joy. Her eyes sparkle with what appears to be genuine happiness, and her laughter seems to echo through the image. Sometimes the most desperate cries for help are the ones that go unheard. That's virtue. So let's inspect the picture of a man in the suit. This Polaroid depicts Logan in a suit stepping into a large building. The structure looms over him, its grand facade hinting at power and authority. The building's grandeur starkly contrasts with the isolation in Logan's eyes. What might have been an ordinary scene now serves as a haunting reminder of hidden struggles and untold stories. Let's examine the last Polaroid. As Detective Howard inspects the 4th Polaroid, his brow furrows with concern. The Polaroid shows the eerie silhouette of the old silo building against a dark night sky. Unlike the others, this photo is clearer, not faint or blurred. In front of the silo, a vague figure stands, barely discernible, but unmistakably there. Howard's mind races with possibilities, each more disturbing than the last.
Scary place. We go smash bad guy there.
This sick game ends now. Don't let this psychopath manipulate you any longer. Show them who's in charge. I'd like to say that trust your instincts, but so far they haven't made any sense. The best thing you can do is actually go to the silo and confront whoever this is, but we have to be very careful if we're really going to confront the killer. It's intelligence. Rose. Howard, are you blind? That's totally you in front of the bloody silo. Oh, it's just a photo. We don't even know if it's real. Oh, come on. It's real enough to get me off the couch. Let's go kick some ghost ass. Fine. I guess we can take a look. But stay sharp. This could get ugly fast. Sharp as a tack, boss. Let's give 'em hell. Okay, leave office. So now we get kind of like an overworld type thing where we can go and visit different locations and stuff. So this is us at our detective's office. I can kind of move around a little bit with Waz. So we've got a dead end, a dark back alley, not exactly Howard's preferred route. Shadows cling to the walls and the air feels thick with unspoken dangers. We have a statue, a landmark at the heart of the city known simply as the statue for its singular significance. Its mysterious and bizarre design defies description, making it a surreal masterpiece. Crow Jazz Bar, a smoky sanctuary where smooth jazz and the rich aroma of whiskey provide a perfect escape from the city's chaos. A cozy haven for jazz lovers and night owls alike. Reynolds House, a modest and unremarkable home, its plain facade and tidy yard reflecting a quiet, uneventful life. We have a graveyard, a solemn, misty landscape of weathered tombstones and old trees where time stands still for quiet contemplation and remembrance. Now moving down, we have the silo, which is where we need to go. A relic from a bygone industrial era. The silo tower's rusted metal and crumbling concrete stand against the neon-lit cityscape, whispering secrets of the past to those who listen. And we can look up the silo in the codex as well. So this was... the silo is a relic of a past industrial age, its weather-beaten exterior standing in stark contrast to the neon-lit cityscape around it. Its rusting metal and crumbling concrete tell tales of bygone days, where the relentless hum of machinery once filled its halls. The echoes of its former purpose linger in the air, whispering secrets to those who dare to listen. The hollowed-out shell holds a melancholic beauty, drawing in curious souls. The PID. The Paranormal Investigation Division is a specialized unit within the Nethervale City Police Department, dedicated to investigating and managing cases involving paranormal phenomena, collectively referred to as abstracts. The primary mission of the PID is to investigate, understand, and capture abstracts, ensuring the safety and security of Nethervale citizens. Okay. So, I mean, in the version I played, I went straight to the silo, and the demo kind of ends once we're done there. I didn't even try to go to any of these other locations, so I might, maybe we'll give that a go and see what happens, because, yeah, I'm interested to know if we have to go straight to our location, or if we're able to explore a little bit first, and if we do, what happens? Howard and Rose stand at the entrance of a claustrophobic alleyway. The walls are covered in graffiti, the air is thick with a nauseating stench, a revolting blend of rotting garbage, stagnant water, and the unmistakable odor of decaying flesh. Perhaps from dead animals, or worse, something human. You sure about this, Howard? Even the rats think twice before coming here. We've seen worse places. I hope you're right, Howard. As they move deeper into the alley, the ambient sounds of the city fade into silence. The oppressive atmosphere closes in around them. Just as Howard rounds a corner, a figure steps out of the shadows, the glint of metal catching the dim light. I don't know how to pronounce this. I'll go with Checho, with a dangerous gleam in his eye, blocks their path. And we can look them up in the here as well. Checho, which is how I'm choosing to say it. In Nethervale City, not everyone finds a place in the rigid social order. Those who are unable to carve out a niche for themselves, often due to systemic failures, personal misfortune, or societal rejection, become outcasts. These individuals, known as Checho, are forced to survive in the dark, narrow alleys of the city. Yet, the Checho are more than just victims of circumstance. They are a reminder of the city's hidden depths and the unyielding human spirit that persists even in the darkest corners. Okay.
What do we have here? Looks like fresh meat.
Easy there. We're just passing through.
Not so fast. Hand over your wallet or things get messy.
Let's try to talk our way out. Look, we don't want any trouble. We're not looking for a fight. Just let us go.
You think I'm stupid? Empty your pockets now.
Howard's mind races as he surveys the situation, his senses heightened by the adrenaline coursing through his veins.
Look at his legs, Detective. They're twitching and sparking.
Those augmentations are definitely malfunctioning. Howard quickly assesses the situation, realizing the Checho's impaired mobility could be his ticket out. Taking measured steps backwards, he keeps a cautious gaze on the Checho. As they attempt to advance, his faltering legs betray him, causing him to stumble and grunt in frustration.
Don't even try it.
Sensing an opportunity, Howard swiftly pivots and sprints towards the alley's entrance. Behind him, he hears the Checho's enraged shouts and the clattering of metal against the pavement as he struggles to give chase.
Come back here, you coward!
Howard doesn't look back, his focus fixed on escaping to the safety of the main road. His heart pounds in his chest as he bursts onto the bustling street, relieved and breathless, but ultimately unscathed by the encounter. Well, that was fun. We should do this more often.
Just another day in Nethervale.
Surrounded by the city's endless energy, neon signs flicker and glow, painting surreal hues that highlight the stark contrasts of the frosty night. The chill in the air pricks their skin, reminding them just how late it is. Okay, cool. Well, we got a little encounter there. So let's go to the statue then and see what happens here. If I have one comment at this early stage, it would be that I'd like for Howard and Rose to walk a little quicker on this map. It does feel like they take their time somewhat. And I don't know if there can be like random encounters and stuff. Now, where are they going? I mean, it's okay to go there because I kind of wanted to pop in on these two things as well. I guess maybe we're getting to that. Is that where the statue is? Did kind of think it was here, but... Or at least, you know, like kind of a advanced location button sort of thing, you know. Howard and Rose arrive at the towering statue in the heart of Nethervale. The figure, a bizarre and imposing sailboat, stands weathered by time, its sleek lines and angular forms clashing with the traditional notion of nautical elegance. The sculpture's sail is oddly contorted, giving it an unsettling, almost alien appearance. This sailboat's having a serious identity crisis. Did someone get lost in a sea of bad ideas?
Oh, it's one of those pieces you either love or hate.
Yeah, we can inspect it. Howard and Rose take a closer look at the statue, appreciating its unique artistry and the strange impression it leaves. It's an interesting sight, but nothing more than a quirky piece of contemporary art. Howard and Rose decide they've seen enough. They share a final glance at the peculiar sailboat statue before continuing on their way. Alright, let's pop in on Reynolds then, who's up here. Howard stands before Reynolds' house, its darkened windows giving no hint of life within. As he approaches, he hears faint sounds from inside, moans and whispers that leave little to the imagination. It's clear that Reynolds is occupied in a rather intimate manner. Ooh la la, sounds like Reynolds is having quite the evening. Do you really want to interrupt? Yes, knock knock on the door. Howard knocks, but the sounds from inside only grow louder. It's clear no one is coming to the door. Howard steps away, deciding to come back later when things are quieter. Fair enough. Let's go popping on the Crow Jazz Bar. Howard stands outside the Crow Jazz Bar, which is currently undergoing a major renovation. The place is a mess of scaffolding, paint buckets and sawdust with the entrance blocked off. Looks like we picked the wrong night for jazz. Let's come back when they're done with the renovations. Oh, with Ape, I can actually try to sneak in. Okay, let's do that.
Maybe there's a way around the back.
You're kidding, right? Howard attempts to navigate through the scaffolding, but quickly realizes the idea is reckless and pointless.
Yeah, this was a dumb idea.
Oh, so you do have a brain in there. For a moment, I thought you'd forgotten to turn it on. Howard turns away, deciding it's best to come back later when the bar is open for business again. Fair enough. Alright, let's pop into the graveyard then. Gradually work our way down to this silo. Yeah, even like double clicking or something, it doesn't make them move any quicker. I think they do need to move a bit quicker, personally. Or even like a speed up time button, you know. Howard and Rose find themselves at the entrance of the graveyard. The silence is thick, only interrupted by the occasional rustle of leaves. This is a bit random, don't you think? Why are we at a graveyard now?
Well, it's not about where we are, it's about what we might find.
Oh, right, so what's the plan? Midnight picnic among the tombstones?
Honestly, I've got no idea. Had a bit of a blackout there. Don't remember why we're here.
Oh, let's head out before you get any more bright ideas. They turn and leave the graveyard, the quiet night air a relief after the somber atmosphere. Okay, cool. Well, we got a few extra little lore pieces, one encounter and stuff going on there. Bit of world building was enjoyable. So yeah, but this is the main location where we're heading to. Before we get there, let me pop into here again, because there's a couple of other things that we can look at here. So this is just to say that a bit like Cyberpunk 2077, it looks like we can augment our body as we go. At the moment, we've got these two eye upgrades. We've got Ectovision, a state-owned tech company. Oh, okay, that's the manufacturer, I beg your pardon. The Augment is Spectral Light 2 eye slots, so it's taking up 2 slots there. The Spectral Sight is an advanced military-grade ocular augment, exclusively crafted for the Paranormal Investigation Division officers. Unlike any other ocular augmentation available, it enables users to detect and interact with abstracts. Due to its advanced capabilities, Spectral Sight is prohibited for civilian use. Unauthorized possession is a serious offense, with distribution limited to certified PID officers only. We don't have any other slots at this moment, however. There's also, I don't quite get this, secrets to be found. These just seem to be like sort of weird world building, lore kind of stuff that we can get. Or I don't know if they affect gameplay. They might. Anger Antidote enhances the ability to cope with stressful situations by developing a more complex algorithm to reduce anger and maintain calmness. So these might be things we can find that we can use in certain checks, maybe. The Hive Mind, the persona you become when you touch the Titan Core. I don't know what that is. The most powerful weapon known to the universe. The ultimate score. Okay. Nullifier. Algorithm used by Relar for system reset. The second most powerful weapon just after the Titan Core. Again, don't know what any of that means. But again, remember, this is Chapter 6, so presumably this character has done a fair amount of stuff to this point and probably picked this stuff up. Thanatos Trance. Aims to look deeply into the mysteries of death and humanity's relationship with it. And you can obviously gather more of these as you go. No real idea what effect that has on gameplay. Maybe some, maybe none. Maybe it's just lore. I don't know. Howard stands in front of the old silo, a relic from the past amidst the neon chaos of the crowded cityscape. Rain pours steadily from the sky, blending with the colourful glow of neon advertisements that flash and flicker against the windows of the surrounding high-rises. The steady rhythm of rain mixes with the distant rumble of traffic and the hum of hovering vehicles zipping by overhead. With the cool rainwater trickling down his collar and Rose nestled safely in his pocket, Howard's eyes scan the base of the silo for the entrance. Something catches his eye. Okay, so this is going to explain these secrets to be found, I think, a bit better than I probably did. Unlock a hidden self, dive into a sea of realization and uncover emotions in your deadbeat mind flat. What? You thought you could afford a mind palace? A deadbeat mind... Oh, it's a mind flat. Or I guess if you're American, a mind apartment. So it's not a mind palace. The Secrets to be Found panel, accessible from the Abyss screen, will house the grotesque, brutal and self-aggrandizing insights you discover throughout the game. And your credit holocard password. Okay. So, it still doesn't really clear up for me what it is, but you will no doubt find out in the full game. He looks up and notices a silhouette at the top of the silo. The figure's cloak flutters in the wind, obscuring its contours and adding an eerie mystique to the scene. Howard lowers his gaze, refocusing on the entrance door. As he approaches, he can't resist looking up one last time. The figure is gone, vanished as if it were never there.
Damn it, don't let these assholes mess with our head. Keep your fingers on the trigger.
You sure about this? Looks like a perfect place for a horror movie.
Got any glimpses of the future for what's ahead?
Ice, Howard. Ice is the key. Did I get my icy soak today?
No, so you know the answer. Alright then, if you don't know shit, keep your mouth shut while I figure this out.
Howard carefully pushes the door open with the barrel of his gun, the creak of old hinges breaking the silence. A chill hits him as the cold, damp air seeps out, heavy with the scent of rust and decay. He turns on his flashlight, its beam slicing through the oppressive darkness. The sound of dripping water echoes through the large, empty space. He steps inside, his eyes adjusting to the gloom.
Oh, ghosts make noise, me smash.
Howard... I really did want to go down that route. So I would have liked the option to untick the stuff that you added. Howard moves cautiously through the dark interior, where old machinery and rotting crates lie abandoned. He scans every corner, every shadow, looking for any sign of the mysterious figure. A glance upward reveals something unusual about the ceiling. It doesn't resemble the usual structure of a building's overhead surface. Instead, it appears distorted, almost fluid-like, as if a swirling mass of shadows and ethereal energy. Suddenly, a faint sound echoes through the chamber, catching Howard's attention. His flashlight beam reveals a figure gracefully descending from the distorted ceiling, floating down towards him. His spectral sight flickers, but even without it, this is unmistakably an abstract. There we go, it's our first abstract. The stranger is unlike anyone Howard has ever seen. Boosts augmentation cyberware, the hallmark of every kick-ass sci-fi setting. As the story progresses, you'll get the chance to cut out every bit that made your characters real and replace their limbs with weaponized capitalism. Turn Theseus' ship into Theseus' armada, and break apart your bodily confines with no sense of self whatsoever.
Weird guy, smash now, think later.
Howard's grip tightens on his gun, his eyes narrowing as he takes in the abstract's bizarre appearance. We should probably do the ape option. Huh? What you see before you is a symbol. Oh, sorry. This is it talking.
What you see before you is a symbol. I am the echo of a pair of past decisions, the reflection of lost futures. They call me Shuttergeist.
Your intelligence pulses with recognition. The name Shuttergeist from PID times seeks entry into your cognitive archives. Neural Archive, what do you remember about Shuttergeist? This is a balanced dice roll, so we need a minimum 3 here, so this isn't an automatic success. But we get a 6, so that's good. You remember there is a file named Shuttergeist from your time at PID, detailing its nature and abilities. Shuttergeist is classified as a harmless abstract, known for its ability to foresee future events and capture them in Polaroids. The PID made multiple attempts to capture Shuttergeist, but all efforts failed. Its elusiveness and unpredictability thwarted every strategy and technology deployed against it. Shuttergeist tilts his head slightly, the eye in the Polaroid frame seeming to study Howard intently.
Enough games. Tell me what you know about the suicides.
The suicides are not mere tragedies, Detective. They are echoes of despair, reverberations of fear that have taken form. These souls were driven to their end by forces unseen. My knowledge of these events is limited, but I sense a pattern, a malevolent hand orchestrating this darkness.
Me no get what he wants.
Intelligence ... Anger issues ... Perception ... Virtue ...
Me stop talking.
Howard steps closer, his flashlight illuminating Shuttergeist's earnest expression.
I don't have time for games. If you know something, spill it now.
You hold a voice of influence, Detective. People heed your words, trust your wisdom. I beseech you to be our herald, to spread a message that can reshape worlds.
Got the crap and tell me straight or we're done here.
Not all of us abstracts carry darkness in our hearts. We yearn for coexistence, a symphony of peace, but fear and hatred cloud this vision.
And why should I trust you?
I have walked the shadows beside you, yet I have done no harm. My presence here is a plea, not a demand. We seek allies among your kind, for only together can we weather the storm. You perceive the truth that not all of us are bound by malevolence.
Oh, I've seen what abstracts can do, but Rose has shown she's harmless.
Harmless? I prefer charmingly non-lethal. Precisely. There are many like Rose and me, souls yearning for serenity. Yet the PID hunts us, driven by a fear they do not understand. We need your voice, detective, to help change that narrative.
Let's say I believe you. What do you want from me?
We seek a partner who moves with grace, not force. Speak for us, detective. Let your voice be the bridge between worlds, the melody that soothes the chaos.
Maybe it's time for you to trade your gun for a microphone. Yeah, quite the career shift.
Help us rewrite a narrative where fear is but a shadow and understanding is the dawn.
Show me a sign of good faith. I need proof. Something concrete.
Proof is the anchor in the storm of doubt. Very well, detective. Observe this fragment of our plight, a glimpse into the sorrow we endure.
Shuttergeist takes out a Polaroid camera from his hand, hidden behind his back, and presses the shutter button. The flash blinds Howard, its brilliance overwhelming his vision until all he sees is white. As the light fades, a succession of Polaroid photographs flows before his eyes. These images depict abstracts captured, tortured, and subjected to experiments. Their agony is etched into each photo, yet a faint glimmer of hope remains in their eyes, a yearning for coexistence.
How do I know this isn't just a trick?
Reality and illusion dance upon the same stage. Trust your heart, detective. The shadows cast by doubt are long, but the light of truth shall reveal their source.
Howard considers Shuttergeist's words carefully. The images from the Polaroids linger in his mind. Lower your gun, but keep it ready just in case. His eyes locked on Shuttergeist.
Your vigilance is commendable, detective. It shows you care deeply about your world and those within it.
I'm willing to listen, but don't mistake that for trust. Let's start with what you need from me.
Seek out the abstracts you come across and bring them to me. I will protect them and guide them towards a peaceful existence.
Fine, but if this goes south, remember, I won't hesitate to act.
Fair enough.
As Shuttergeist begins to dissolve into a cascade of vibrant, multicolored particles, he pauses and looks directly at Howard, his voice resonating with a mix of hope and urgency.
There is one more thing, detective. A storm is coming, a force far more malevolent than anything you've encountered. Its shadow looms over Nethervale, threatening both our worlds. Be prepared, for our paths will cross again.
With that, Shuttergeist's form disintegrates entirely, leaving behind an eerie silence. Well, that's one way to make an exit. So, we trusting Casper here or what?
Oh, not sure, but I'm willing to follow this thread and see where it leads.
Well, we still have the suicides to investigate. This abstract business. It's a whole other layer to the mess we're already in. Just as they turn to leave, something catches Howard's eye. A single Polaroid photo lies on the ground where Shuttergeist had stood. He bends down, picking it up with a growing sense of unease. The image on the Polaroid is initially unclear, but as Howard scrutinizes it, a chill runs down his spine. A massive spacecraft looms in the picture, and as he examines it more closely, he recognizes the familiar skyline of Nethervale. The spacecraft has landed right in the heart of the city.
Shuttergeist seems to have left out some of what he knows.
Howard flips the Polaroid over, and his breath catches in his throat. The back of the photo bears a hastily scrawled message. The end is near. And that's where the demo ends. So I really enjoyed that. I mean, I really like a sci-fi noir type setting, as followers of the channel over any length of time will already know. And I think this looks really promising. I think there's a lot of... it's an interesting world that they've created here. It's... I'm interested to find out more, investigate more, and yeah, I'll definitely be keeping an eye on this one. As I said, I think it's the demo on Steam is freely available for anyone else to download and play. And just a reminder that a link to their Kickstarter page, which I think is due to start later in August, down in the description below. So by all means check that out if you like the look of this. So thanks very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, if you could hit the thumbs up button, that'd be amazing. Be sure to leave me a comment as well below. Let me know what you thought about it. Is it something you like the look of? Is it something you might wish list and follow closely as well as me? And if you're watching this and enjoyed the episode and haven't yet subscribed to the channel, it would be amazing if you could do so. Otherwise, it just remains for me to say goodbye for now, and I hope to see you elsewhere on Boring Dead Gaming for other games and other playthroughs. Bye for now.